What is happening, guys? Cowboy here. We're in this place. There's a lot of very angry giant dudes. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to leave. They're all gonna try and kill me. So I forgot to save the item list again. And at this point, it's like it doesn't matter. I'm so close to the end. All that's really left is like if I want to do the DLCs. And, taking it from there. Remember, is there a second big wolf that shows up, or if I kill the big wolf, does it not show up? Oh, no, there is a second big wolf. Well, let's try and grab some loot. Is there loot I can grab? I don't remember if there's loot I can grab. There's definitely shit that'll break. So many loots I could go get. So many things that were missed. I just don't have the Estus for right now. Oh, man. So I've been thinking more about the randomizer and what I want to do. Mainly because I feel I've reached a point where, you know, it's like the build, aside from stats, the build is done. You know, our fashion's good. I'm using the frayed blade. Ideally, I would have on Sacred Oath and Deep Protection. And that would be like my running buff loadout for this. You know, but it's just a matter of, okay, I just need to farm a fuck ton of souls and get the stats I want. And it's getting a little dull, for me at least, just because, I don't know, well, for starters, katanas aren't exactly the most involved weapon. They're kind of slashy. That's about it. But also because of the fact that I've played through Dark Souls 3. I don't even know how many fucking times I've beaten this game with so many builds that, you know, even though I'm playing with a randomizer, now that I've decided on a build, it's kind of taken away the fun of what made the randomizer so random. So in the interest of the series, because I can already tell that I have lost interest in it, and that's, you know, if I'm not enjoying it as much as I was, that's going to take away the quality of the series. I think we're going to aim to basically wrap this Let's Play up in the next 2 episodes, and then instead turn it into something different. And what I mean by something different is what I think I'm going to do after considering some of the things I talked about in the previous episode where we were discussing the randomizer is basically a random run. But what it would be is I'd have a character that's already 120 or higher maybe with a quality build, but also have enough stats in like Faith and Magic that I can use spells if I find them. And the idea would be to play through the game doing the use what you find, but with the, you know, you have to use it until you've killed a certain amount of enemies with it. So I think what might make more sense, given kind of how I've described that, would be to take a character that I have that's already leveled, but has not gone into New Game Plus before. Choose this. Just gonna point. Go back to that bonfire. So basically, erasing Keanu Reeves. Take a character that I have that is at the end of New Game, that can start New Game Plus. Boost his stats up higher so that he has basically the requirements that would be needed to use just about anything that he would come across, and then play through the game with the equip what you pick up type option, so that every time I get a new weapon, that's the weapon I gotta use until a new weapon drops. And I think that would add enough randomness into the game to where, even though I'm playing through it for the umpteenth thousandth time, it would still be interesting, because I'd only use a weapon for a short while before I'd end up switching out to a new weapon. There'd be spells getting worked into the mix. I think the one thing I wouldn't switch to So melee weapons would be freely up for grabs. As I find melee weapons, I use them, and I have to use them. As for ranged weapons, like bows, that would also be included in the rule I'm describing. Now, as for spells, what I would do is I would have one main catalyst of each type already on the build maxed out. So I would have a maxed staff on the build. I would have a maxed chime on the build, and then I would also have a maxed pyromancy glove on the build. And then the way spells would work would be when I find a spell, that's the spell well, actually what might be even better is make it so that when I find a spell, that's the only spell I'm allowed to use until I find a new spell. So instead of breaking, did I already hit it? It's just dragging its ass. Looks like it's about to break. Because on one hand, you could play like, I could make it so, you know, that rule only applies to offensive moves. But I could also make it so that it applies to, you know, anything. So instead of it being, you know, like if I, for example, if I find lightning spear, I can't use any other pyromancies or sorceries or miracles until I find a new one. Or alternatively, I could make it so that when I find utility spells, stuff that would heal me, or stuff like, what's it called? Sacred Oath, that I'm allowed to use those. That's like, you know, I found them, those are now considered in my spell pool, if you will. But for an offensive spell, I can only use the latest offensive spell I've found. But other spells would be okay. That could also be a way to approach it that could be entertaining. Ideally, I think the best way would be to, you know, do a stream with it and run a poll and see what people think would be the most entertaining approach. Obviously, you know, one of the big downsides of this would be that weapons are going to have varied upgrade amounts. You know, I might find a weapon that's fucking plus 10. I might find a weapon that's plus 3. But that would certainly play into the randomizer as I'd be running a quality build. So I would have the stats to support any weapon that I find. But what I would likely have to do is, you know, play through with random weapons, and then when I find that big drop, when I find that, you know, plus 4 boss weapon, or that plus 8, or whatever the case is, that's when I'd be like, okay, I got a good weapon. Now is when I got to go tackle this boss. So I think that could be a really interesting approach, because it would force me to basically, you know, not just play through everything, but, you know, pick and choose when is the best time for me to basically make my attempt. So, I don't know. There's a lot of considerations. The other thought was, I was thinking I could just respec this build. You know, like for a while I was on the fence with whether we were going to do Katana build or Faith build. We've been running Katana build for a couple episodes, and I wouldn't be against changing it back up and doing a Faith build. But the big downside there is that, you know, upgrade materials are super inconsistent right now. Now, the Storm Spear, I could, of course, I could spend souls to get the upgrade materials I need to upgrade it. At least up until plus 4, since I haven't found slabs yet anyway. It doesn't make sense to put it up to plus 5, but with as much as I've fucked up the loot table, you know, who knows where slabs are going to be. Because there's apparently the way the loot table works is that key items are, my understanding is key items are seeded in at a certain number in the randomizer. So, based on what Coinsworth said, for example, the Ashes of Yorm are they're the 350th drop that shows up. Whereas the Twin Princes, those are the 500s. So on the previous episode, he told me to do something called fucking massive AOV 350, basically. Or, well, I did like 340, so it wasn't just immediate. And then that caused the Yorm Ashes to drop. So for this episode, I've done the AOV thing and I did it at like 490. So relatively soon, I should be seeing the drop for Twin Princes, which I'm looking for because I may decide to just push towards the end and finish this run. But aside from key items, everything else should be a completely random roll. So, in theory, Titanite slabs are somewhere in that mix. Don't know where or when I'm going to get them, but they are somewhere in the mix. I'll also look back into the Ring City. I completely forgot, but yeah, you access the Ring City just from a fucking bonfire. You just have to have beaten this DLC or the base game. So, needless to say, if I want to take Katana Bro to Ring City, I'm a while away. But the other thing is, with offline capability being gone because of the fuckiness that went on with this save editor, I think what I'm gonna do is I think it would be better to delete Tanu Reeves, aka John Thick, and then do the randomizer on a different character, or alternatively, just make a new character and somehow change the game state to New Game Plus with cheat editor, and then play through on a fresh character while just making sure that I consistently save the item list so nothing gets fucky this time around. Because a big part of it is the invasions and the co-op. Even if I do turn into a salty bitch, getting invaded by the high-end PvP type kids, which I imagine the majority of people that are still PvPing in this game are going to be the super hypu master PvPu, simply because it's been out for almost a year. You don't exactly have like the average Joes or just the guys that are just playing for fun going through anymore. Even then, it's still fun to fight people. And if there's situations where I'm grossly outclassed, because it mixes things up. I mean, it's a big part of Dark Souls. I've always been a fan of telling people, if you're playing through Dark Souls in offline mode, you're not getting the Dark Souls experience. And right now, we're being forced to play in offline mode because of fucking around with cheat engines. So, supposedly, I think I don't know if I need to delete or delete this character and then delete the save file, or what I can do exactly. I mean, if it comes down to it, like I said, I could probably contact the PR people I know at Bandai and get things fixed up, but there's a way to avoid that, if you can, because some people were saying that what you can do is, if you get flagged, you basically, you would delete the character that you were using the cheat editor with, or save editor. So I would delete this guy, and then I would back up my save. I would completely delete my save so that it starts back to where, when Dark Souls 3 boots, it has the user license agreement. Re-agree to the user license agreement, and then move my save back over with all my characters, just not Thick, because he was a corrupt piece of shit. And that should supposedly get the softban blocked, because on launch, the game wouldn't detect you having, inconsistent save data anymore. It would show that everything is in line with how it should be. So, a couple things to consider. I mean, honestly, I think a stream would be a lot more fun with this, because, the most fun I've had playing Dark Souls 3 at least has been doing the co-op streams when I'm streaming, like the Ash and Juan stuff. That was a fucking riot. I loved doing that shit. When I'm streaming it and having you guys join in, whether you're invading, damn, that did not work. Still got that Ash Estus. I need to get rid of that somehow. That's probably why that's probably what finally got this flagged, is having that extra Estus stuck in my inventory. Let me try and move it to 0 and see if it would disappear. See if that would work. Take that off, and then I'm gonna allocate it over.
What? Pretty be careful.
I think that worked.
That is what?
Oh, okay. Let's do this.
Pretty be careful.
Let's see. This is in my inventory. 2-step. Now let me move it over to where I just have
That is
one.
what?
See if it fills back up the other one.
Pretty be careful. I don't want.
Because that's the thing, I can't drop that item, whereas other items are just, yeah, fuck. Yeah, so we're... See, that's the problem right now. That's gonna keep... As long as that item exists, John Thick basically is a big fucking red flag on my save. And the shitty thing is, I only have myself to blame because I didn't fucking use the item save load properly. I was about to say, I'm like, why isn't this starting yet? She's there. So point being, it's been a good journey, but John Thick is gonna have to go, guys. He's a threat at this point to the integrity of the game save. As long as I keep John Thick around, things can't be normal. I can't play with you. Can't do PvP. I can't get salty over invaders and laugh when I have ones that keep clapping and then eventually die. Like it's those moments that make Dark Souls so special. Without them, it's not a Dark Souls that I want to be a part of. Time for your journey to go to an end. Oh, that's a delayed attack. Oh god. Couldn't beat Lorraine and Lothric, but I'm gonna try and beat Soul Cinder. LOLs! I'm gonna get my ass whooped probably. Oh god, no. Fuck. I was not ready for this. No! Oh god. Look how little the damage I did to him was. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not what I signed up for! Damn it, dude. I'm not even doing enough damage to see yellow movement on the bar. Oh, there's some yellow movement. Oh, boy. Would you stop that? Fucking root. Nope. Oh, man. I was like, is he gonna attack? Is he gonna attack? Is he gonna attack? Just waited. Should have popped my Estus. But I can beat him. I can definitely beat him. I mean, if it comes down to it, you know, I'm in this situation because of improper use of save editor. So, by the same logic, I could always use save editor and put John Thick stats where they should be. Give him a +5 weapon. Give him a proper send-off. But generally, if I was going to go do all that, the main reason for it would be for some PvP. As long as John Thick exists, this character can never experience PvP. None of my characters can, for that matter. I walked in there and then was like, oh, I should put up deep protection, and I was like, oh fuck, no, it's too late. Could have been a faith build. Good spells. Dark Moon Blade. Sacred Oath. Lightning Stake. Instead, I'm just like discount faith man. Running deep protection, that's it. Oh, I rolled too early. You missed. Got hitbox porn though. Damn. He's gonna thrust me! Oh god. Oh god. Roll! Oh god. I hate the scimitar version of him. Oh god. Oh god. Stop that. Oh god, I wasted that. Oh, that was also a waste. Wait, did he just... Is he casting a Crystal Soul Spear straight down? That's bullshit. Oh god, he's kicked me. Oh god, do I have any like divine healing thingies? Oh no. I don't have time to look. Dead. Like, so dead. So I was thinking more about how I mentioned, you know, this build is kind of ragtag. And on top of that, I'm going to have to delete it since it's causing the flag on my account, and I want to do a different run that actually involves interacting with people. And it made me realize I'm going to delete the build anyway. Something I've always wanted to do is max it out and see what it's capable of. So, I added like billions and billions of souls, and we are at 999999999999999. Yeah. So even then, only 543 AR, kind of sad. But anyway, let's see what a build can do when it has completely maxed stats. Oh, I also went ahead and bought the one slab that the merchant was selling to get my Katanu to +5. So if I lose here, I just gotta quit. Like there's zero reason to play Dark Souls if I lose here, because oh no! Oh god, I'm still getting my ass whooped. Oh, wow, the bleed. Holy fucking guacamoles, dude. The bleed is so insane now. 99 luck is the new meta, boys. Stay away from me. I'll just rebuff. You can't fucking stop me, dude. Dude, look at that. Casting all that shit and it barely even put a dent into my attunement. This is what hackers feel like. I am unstoppable. So much damage. Probably shouldn't have done that. God, it's fucking silly. Oh god. I even got caught in this combo. Look how little damage that did. So I will say, after seeing this, it would be kind of funny playing through the game with just 99 of every stat. Like, that's a whole different kind of use whatever you want run. But like, just to see, like, running a build like, I mean, this is actually, no, let me take that back, because it is offensive to call this a build. But doing something like this, like, would you ever die? Is there anything that could fucking, like, even be a threat to you? You'd have access to like every magic in the game. The thing is, there's people that actually play it like this. Like, I will say, it's entertaining. Just seeing the sheer ridiculous amount of damage you're able to do. And the fact that you have, was it 1,571 health? With Ember up. Oh, I didn't even have Ember up before. 2,043. Fucking silly. Link the first flame. Yeah, sure. Let's link the first flame.
I must keep the cycle going, because it is my job as protector of waifus and other weeaboos everywhere. I will carry on this legacy all the way till the end of time. I will guard this fire, make sure no one else touches it, except for waifu. Waifu is allowed to touch the fire because it's special to me, but no one else. I am the fire guardian. Stay away from it.
Yay, we beat Dark Souls 3. So anyway, yeah, we're going to be going into a different style of randomizer run. I think what we're going to do, because I actually have a friend coming into town for New Year's, and he'll be here from basically Friday all the way through till Monday, so I mean, to be honest with you guys, I just don't have the time to start something right now, because I'm not, you know, it's the first time he's come out to Nashville in like 2 years, so I'm not gonna be like, hey bro, go sit somewhere for like 4 hours while I record. But anyway, more than likely what we'll do is Tuesday night, I think I'll do a, well, first I gotta get rid of the ban thing on my account so I can do online again. But what I'm thinking is I'll get a save I'll take one of my characters that's about to start New Game Plus, and then I'll do the stat thing where I pump their stats up enough so that they have 40 in Strength, Dex, Magic, or Strength, Death, and Faith. Get one of each catalyst up to +10. Then we'll do a use whatever you find, and you can only use that until something new drops for you, switching between different weapons and different magic, and I think that'll make for a pretty entertaining run. More than likely, I'll primarily do it as a live stream, and then for those that can't come out for the live stream, I'll just break up the stream at set intervals with like zones. So instead of turning it, I'm not going to just awkwardly cut the stream up at like 20-minute chunks for YouTube episodes. And I know a lot of people don't really like sitting and watching a whole 5-hour stretch, so I'll end up taking the stream and uploading it in basically zoned intervals. So, like, one to go through all of Lothric Castle, an episode to go through all of the archives, etc., etc. Because even though I'll be going through all the shit I already did, I think with the weapon constantly changing and the fact that we'll have people that are trying to invade and people that are also coming along for co-op, I think that'll make things a lot more entertaining. So one of the things I'll probably do is like summon in some co-op people with a dried finger, so that we have like a really high invasion rate, and that way viewers that want to take the invade route can quite easily get it. So anyway, I think that's going to be the natural progression, because I don't want to stop messing with the randomizer, but you know, there was nothing else for John Thick, guys. He was good while he lasted, but just running around with a katana for, I mean, if I really went at it, you know, I could have made this series go on for probably 20 more fucking episodes, because there's the old Demon King area, there's Osiris, there's Gundar again, there's all of the Ring City DLC, there's majority of the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, we still had to kill the Lothric brothers, there was still all the area to Yorm, like there was plenty of content left, but, you know, just playing with the katana was not really that fun. And, you know, making the mistakes where the randomizer, that kind of put a damper on the experience too. So it'll be a lot easier with a stream where everyone's like, "Cowboy, fucking save your shit." Plus they'll be doing it in chunks, so I think it'll work a lot better. But anyway, a little bit of a premature end for our lovely protagonist, John Thick. But either way, there will be more randomizing, so don't get too sad. Even though I won't have any Dark Souls coming up over the next couple days, I do have a bunch of Monster Hunter World recorded, an episode for every day, basically, showcasing new weapons, so that's something to look forward to at least. But anyway, I'm going to close this one out here, wrap it up. No point letting the credits just roll on for too long. Get rid of John Thick. Poor John Thick. So this is it. This is ultimately what made me want to wrap the build up. It's because I didn't realize how much I actually missed having online play until I lost online play. Oh. Goodbye, John Thick. Anyway, see you guys next time.